Ya, beberapa pemilih Partai Demokrat berharap Hillary Clinton akan menjadi berikutnya bagi Presiden Amerika Serikat. Namun ia masih memiliki banyak pesaing utama. Hillary dianggap menjadi daya tarik utama karena selain pernah menjadi ibu negara, ia juga pernah memperjuangkan perlindungan hak untuk anak-anak selain pernah menjadi senator dan juga menteri luar negeri. Simak ulasan yang berikut ini.
She doesn't seem very warm. She doesn't seem very genuine.
She has a lot of baggage, and she doesn't appear honest. People haven't liked her for years.
I hate to say it's just her personality, which is just not a fair thing to say because she's a woman and she comes off as kind of serious. You hear a lot on the news about her yelling.
They are impressions that barely scratch the surface of Hillary Clinton's decades in public life. But they are deep-seated, and for Clinton, they are a problem. Hillary Clinton has been many things. A middle-class girl from the north side of Chicago, a Yale scholar, the First Lady of Arkansas, and then the First Lady of the United States. After a tumultuous 8 years in the White House, she would go on to serve as senator from New York, the only First Lady to ever hold the post. And then in 2007, she became a candidate for president herself. She has worn many hats and famously many pantsuits, and she is judged for her clothes, her hair, her marriage, her integrity, and something much more basic, her likability.
You're likable enough.
Thank you so much.
A CBS New York Times poll found that 52% of voters have an unfavorable view of her. Donald Trump, perhaps the most polarizing politician in America today, is disliked by only slightly more voters, 57%. There have been questions, scandals, investigations about a land development deal from her days in Arkansas, known as Whitewater, about the deadly attack on a U.S. diplomatic outpost in Benghazi, Libya, when she was Secretary of State, about her decision to handle her government communications on a private email server. What do all the episodes have in common? No wrongdoing was ever proven, but she was never able to wash away the stain of scandal.
The problem with Hillary Clinton isn't the substance. The problem is the style. The problem is she the person you want to have a beer with?
And then, of course, there was Monica Lewinsky, her husband's relationship with a White House intern that nearly brought down his presidency.
It's important to remember that Bill Clinton is still one of the most popular living American politicians. But the downside is those scandals. And to the extent that mentions of Monica Lewinsky dredge up a lot of memories that people would not like to relive.
There may be something else. Maybe many Americans are just uncomfortable with a woman as successful and fiercely ambitious as Hillary Clinton. Years ago, she identified the problem.
I suppose I could have stayed home and baked cookies.
She, again, has already competed in the presidential primary 8 years ago. She's been the Secretary of State of the United States. By the way, the third female Secretary of State in the United States. So at this point, I don't think it's sexism.
Supporters insist Clinton is still judged unfairly.
So this will be a big test for the country, and whether or not we're able to look past all of these cultural, social, and media biases and look at the person, the individual, their leadership traits, and what they bring to the conversation. That's the big test that she will have to pass.
Compare her to some of the most important men in her life today. Clinton is not credited with Bernie Sanders' honesty, Donald Trump's candor, or her husband's magnetism. But she is doggedly working towards the Democratic presidential nomination. And as she approaches the general election, she will at some point have to convince Americans that she can be the first female president of the United States, whether they like her or not. Jonathan Mann, CNN.